Power is like the sun. Too much of it, and it can burn you alive. This ancient truth echoes in the story of one woman, a queen who dared to wield power in a world ruled by men, and whose name still commands awe over 2,000 years later. Cleopatra VII, a name drenched in mystery, seduction, brilliance, and tragedy. She was not just a queen. She was the last Pharaoh of Egypt, a woman who fought with every ounce of wit and will to protect her throne and her kingdom from the rising superpower of Rome. Her story is not just about love affairs with Caesar and Mark Antony. It is about survival, strategy, and a battle between empires. So, let's step into the palace halls of Alexandria and uncover the life of the woman who became a legend. The year is 51 BC. Egypt is wealthy, powerful, and dangerously divided. Cleopatra, just 18 years old, ascends to the throne with her younger brother, Ptolemy XIII. But this was no fairy tale coronation. Her kingdom was teetering on the edge of collapse. Enemies circled her like vultures. Rome was growing hungrier for Egypt's riches, and even within her own palace, betrayal brewed. But Cleopatra was no ordinary ruler. She was a master of languages, politics, and persuasion. Ancient historians tell us she spoke as many as 9 languages. She understood not just how to rule Egypt, but how to bend men, allies, and even enemies to her will. Soon, civil war erupted in Egypt. Cleopatra was forced to flee her own palace, but she had a plan, one that would change history. When Julius Caesar, the most powerful man in Rome, arrived in Alexandria, Cleopatra made her legendary entrance, smuggled into his chambers, wrapped inside a carpet. This daring act was more than drama. It was strategy. Cleopatra needed Rome's backing, and she knew how to secure it. Caesar was captivated, not just by her beauty, but by her intelligence, her ambition, and her vision for Egypt. Together, they restored her throne. From this alliance came a son, Caesarion, the child Cleopatra hoped would unite Egypt and Rome. For a moment, it seemed her dynasty was secured. But history has a cruel rhythm. After Caesar's assassination, Cleopatra's world shifted once again. Rome was in chaos, ruled by rivals, and in this storm she found her greatest ally and greatest love, Mark Antony. Their union was a collision of passion and politics. Together, they ruled as if they were gods on earth. Antony as Dionysus, Cleopatra as Isis reborn. They were unstoppable, until Rome declared them enemies. The Roman Senate, led by Octavian, Caesar's heir and future Augustus, painted Cleopatra as a dangerous temptress who bewitched Antony and threatened Rome itself. The stage was set for war. The decisive clash came at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. Antony and Cleopatra's forces were crushed by Octavian's navy. Their dreams of empire burned on the waters of the Mediterranean. Defeated, the lovers fled back to Alexandria. Surrounded, betrayed, with no escape, they chose death over humiliation. Mark Antony fell on his own sword. Cleopatra, refusing to be paraded through Rome as a captive, followed him into eternity. Legend says she ended her life with the bite of an asp, the sacred Egyptian cobra. Whether true or not, her death marked the end of Egypt's independence. Rome would take it all. And with Cleopatra's last breath, the age of pharaohs was over. Cleopatra's story is not simply a tale of seduction or tragedy. It is the story of a woman who, against impossible odds, wielded intelligence, courage, and charisma to stand against the most powerful empire in history. Her reign ended, but her legacy endures. For centuries, poets, painters, and filmmakers have retold her story, not because of how she died, but because of how fiercely she lived. She was the last pharaoh, the queen who refused to bow, a woman whose name, to this day, whispers through time, Cleopatra. So, what do you think? Was Cleopatra a cunning strategist, a hopeless romantic, or both? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if history's hidden legends fascinate you, hit that subscribe button for more epic stories brought to life.